My name's Rebecca Long-Bailey and I'm the MP for Salford and Eccles and also the Shadow Chief Secretary to the Treasury. Well, I grew up in the 80s in God's country, Old Trafford. It was the decade where we saw industry stripped from our region and we saw the effects of that, and as a child you don't think about it too much. But I saw increasing inequality around me, and growing up I realised why people were in the position that they were.
People do feel left behind. They've been left behind not just since 2010, but for the last 35, 40 years. And they are angry, and they want something better than they have at the moment.
I got involved in politics because I could see that we could develop a new economic vision, that society could be different, that we didn't have to leave people on the scrap heap of life.
This site here is the Courtauld site, where a few months ago, just the practice of asset stripping, everybody got made redundant. The whole workforce had to down tools and lost their jobs.
Constituents that have contacted me that are too ashamed to go to a food bank. They've asked me if there's any way that we can deliver the food to them because they don't want anyone in their community to see them because they're in work. We've had 6 years of economic chaos from this government, 6 years of low pay, insecure work where people are facing high rents and the most vulnerable are being targeted by this government as part of their long-term austerity agenda. So from this autumn statement, we want the government to invest in Britain, invest in our communities up and down the land, not just those in the south. They could start by reversing the £30 a week cut to employment support allowance. We are those communities that were left behind. We're the communities that haven't seen investment for decades, and people are right to be angry. So Labour would invest in those communities and in all communities up and down the country so that no one and no community is ever left behind again.